Okay, today we're going to be making a nesting basket, and they're called nesting baskets because they nest inside each other. Usually it's little, bigger, and they nest inside each other, but we're just going to be making the smallest one today, and if you want to make bigger ones later, go for it. And you'll find from here on out, the projects are going to be kind of similar to make. They're going to have kind of the same instructions, just a little bit different tweaked, so the outcome will be a little bit different. So today, nesting basket, here comes my dog, sorry. We're going to start with a magic ring. Go over there. So you're going to wrap your yarn around. Go under the first one, grab that second one, twist, grab the long thread, oopsies, pull it through that hole. All right, so we're working in the magic ring. We're going to chain 2, and we're working this up with a double crochet. So the first thing you're going to do is 10 double crochets into the magic ring, just kind of like we did with the round coaster. So 10, and you know it's kind of awkward working with the magic ring at the beginning. It's the hardest part, but you've got your chain 2. Now you do 10 double crochets into that magic ring. So you go under the ring to start it, to chain onto it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to do 10 into, whoopsie, hold on. See, sometimes you have to work with your yarn. I've done 3. You need to do 10 into the magic, oh my goodness, 10 into that magic ring, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, we've done 10 double crochets into the ring. And when you start this, you need to make sure that you have kind of a tail on it, a longer tail, so you have enough to pull when you get your 10, so you can make it into that circle. Pull it kind of tight so you don't have but a little tiny hole there. Okay, you're going to join to that top stitch. We chain the 2, ignore those, go into the top stitch and do a slip stitch. So stick it through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over. No yarn over, ignore that. Stick it through, pull that yarn through, pull. Oh my gosh, pull it through again. Now you're going to chain 2. You're going to work a double crochet into that same stitch that you just made with your chain 2. Okay, now just like with the round coaster, we're going to do 2 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. So 1, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this. 1, 2, 1, 2. So you're working 2 double crochet into each stitch, and you're going to go all the way around the circle, and I'll join you back in just a second. 2 double crochet into each stitch. All right, I've got 1 stitch left to go on this row, so you're going to do 2 double crochet into that stitch. 1, 2, And you need to be really paying attention to what you do, because I cannot tell you how many times going around just this little circle I had to take out my work because I wasn't doing 2 double crochet into each stitch. So pay attention to what you're doing, or else you're going to have to undo it like I did. Okay, so you're back at the beginning. You can tell because you've got this V here. You're going to go to the top stitch and do a slip stitch. So stick your hook through, grab that yarn, pull it through, and pull it through the other stitch. You're going to chain 2. 1, 2. You're going to do a double crochet into that same stitch. Okay, just like on the coaster, now you're going to do every other stitch 2 double crochet. So double crochet, 2 double crochet, double crochet, 2 double crochet, and so on all the way around. So we're going to do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet into that same stitch. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet into that same stitch. You're going to go all the way around, and I'll meet you back. Okay, I've gone all the way around, and you can see I've got 1 more stitch here. So it's not kind of going to be even, but I'm going to do I'm going to do 1 double crochet, because I did 2 double crochet here, so back to 1 double crochet here. Then I'm at the beginning, so you're going to join to that top stitch with a slip stitch. You're going to chain 2, do a double crochet into that same stitch. Now you can probably guess where this is going, because we just did the coaster and it's the same thing. You're going to do single crochet, not single crochet, ignore that I said that. Double crochet, 2 double crochet. Double crochet, 2 double crochet. So on the 3rd stitch, you're going to do 2 double crochet into the same hole. So you're going to go 1 double crochet. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet into that 3rd. You're going to follow that pattern all the way around. Double crochet, 2 double crochet, double crochet, 2 double crochet, all the way around the circle, and I'll join right back with you. Okay, I'm back to the beginning, and maybe you can see there's a little half chain right there, a little half stitchy chain right there. I'm just going to ignore that because the half's not going to make that big of a deal. And I'm going to slip stitch into that top stitch over there. Slip stitch. Chain 2, double crochet into that same stitch. All right, here's where it gets a little bit different. You're going to just do a double crochet into each stitch. 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way around. So 1 double crochet. 1 double crochet. 1 double crochet. And you're going to go all the way around just doing 1 double crochet into each stitch, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back to the beginning. You got your V there. You're going to do a slip stitch into that top chain. Put it through, grab that yarn, pull it through again. Okay, so you've completed one row where you do a double crochet into each stitch. You're going to do a total of 5 rows that way. And I don't know how you can keep track however you want, but I do it this way. When I finish a row, I mark it on my hand. So that's 1. Might be better to do paper, but I use my hand. Okay, so you've done your slip stitch. You chain 2. You do a single crochet into that same stitch. Now you're going to work around again. A double crochet into each stitch all the way around. 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way around the project. And you just keep going all the way around, and I'll be right back with you. All right, I'm done with my row of double crochet into each stitch. 1 double crochet into each stitch. So I join the top stitch with a slip stitch. Stick your hook through, grab that yarn, pull it through. Nope. Stick your hook through, grab that yarn, pull it through the other loop. Okay, that's my second row, so I'm going to put a 2 there so I know that I've done 2. You're going to chain 2, do a double crochet into that same stitch, you're going to go around again doing 1 double crochet into each of the stitches. Double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, all the way around, and I'll be right back. All right, back at the beginning, you can see I don't know why this happens sometimes, but it does. I have a little half stitch here. I'm going to ignore that and just go into the top stitch over here and do a slip stitch. Stick it through, grab that yarn, pull it through the other one. So since I completed another row, I'm going to make another mark. I've done 3. Okay, so you're going to chain 2, do a double crochet into that same stitch, and you're going to do 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way around. 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and you're going to keep going all the way around, and I'll be right back with you. All right, I'm at the end of my row. You can tell there's a V there. So I'm going to do a slip stitch into that top stitch. Put your hook through, grab the yarn, pull it through, and pull it through that second one. That was 4. Okay, so you're on your last row. You're going to chain 2, do a double crochet into that same stitch, and once again you're going to do 1 double crochet into each stitch around. 1 double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, all the way around. And once again, I'll be right back. All right, I just finished my last row, so I'm going to join with a slip stitch. Insert your hook, grab your yarn, pull it through, through again. Okay, so you're basically done. Now you're going to take your scissors, it off. You're going to pull it through that loop, all the way through, pull tight. You're going to bury that thread, like we do with everything. All right, I've gone a couple times, so I'm going to take my scissors, cut that off. I'm also going to cut off the tail that we started with. And there you go. You have a little bow. Wouldn't this make the cutest gift? Think about teacher gifts for Christmas or family gifts. You could make little bowls and fill them with chocolate or something fun. Or just do the bowl. Super cute, right? And they work up really quick once you get started. I finished mine in about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that. So, y'all, go ahead and do it. And you can, make as many as you want. And Christmas is coming up. You can make them for Christmas gifts. All right, that's it.